Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic, Non-Classics. This episode number 2741, Doubleshot 2635. Got two Star Wars trades here, and basically the Star Wars trades I got here, these two, the first two of four I have here, that deal with a very recent storyline in Star Wars known as Dark Droids. A storyline that took up basically about 4 or 5 months. First, we're starting with the main miniseries, Star Wars Dark Droids by Charles Soule. Yes, the fourth, I think it's you have 1, 2, 3. I think this is like the fourth event they've done for Star Wars under Charles Soule. Mostly put what is up with Dark Droids. There is this thing called Scourge who are corrupting droids, make them evil. This is a kind of, I would say, a loose take on the Droid Revolution from the original EU, but this is a slight take on it because droids are basically trying to people, and it's all about corrupting all of everyone's favorite droids. Like even Balance gets infected. Dr. Aphra's girlfriend gets infected too because she's partially cyborg. And so basically you have Luke, of course, reading some ancient AI texts. You have Vader fighting off against some droids. And of course Dr. Aphra is here too. And there's this mysterious thing was called the Spark Eternity. You could say this storyline kind of was started in Dr. Aphra. Got spilled out over the course of the books. And we have this thing infecting various droids, and they're all turning on the Imperials. Yes, droids turn on the Imperials. I mean, sliced and diced. Like not only Imperial officers, and of course we also have this people called Colony Revolution, and then we have this little bot thing which apparently pilots itself, where it go into space, and going to a Republican, basically a rebel ship. And this is something quite interesting, though. Basically, you have Leia, Poe's dad, Luke, and they're looking at the plans of the second Death Star. Now you're thinking, wait a minute. No one knew what the second Death Star plans until before the events of Endor. Well, the way this is shown here, it seems as though that they kind of knew about it, per se. But it wasn't, let's say, while the Republic, the Rebellion. Of course, everybody witnessing all this. And then we have the first issue end. We have Mon Mothma, and I don't remember this guy's name here, where they're confronted by evil C-3PO. He's been corrupted. Yeah. And that's kind of this whole thing here. Vader does not play a role in the main story at all, which you think is kind of weird. So you have R2 acting, well, R2 is basically they avoid corrupting him for some reason because he's a fan favorite we have. So, yeah, there's corruption for him. We have various droids basically just causing attacks on the Empire and the Empire. And then we have, this is quite interesting, we have corrupted C-3PO going to Mustafar. Yes. By the way, that's Vader's palace, which they had the thing first show up chronologically in the final issue of Darth Vader Volume 2. First time we actually saw it was in Rogue One. Though, actually, the first time it ever appeared was in concept art that was built for Empire Strikes Back. That was probably historical per se. I would say his first actual appearance was in Rogue One. Darth Vader Volume 225, that was the first chronological appearance of this thing. So, we have droids taking over Vader's palace. And here's your villain here, this original guy called Scourge. And they're attacking Vader in his home. Yeah, Vader is basically doesn't have his limbs on him because he was healing and, well, yeah, then we have basically various droids going out. Then we have where looks like Vader slowly get back control. And then we see corruption of Dr. Aphra's girlfriend, Lombot, and Balance. Those not familiar with Lombot, he is Lando's best friend, who anybody first saw him in Empire Strikes Back. By the way, he does survive the events of basically the trilogy. He doesn't die. He was actually briefly imprisoned, and he was freed. So, and then we see, this was a bit of a surprise, I read this again. We see this guy here. Those of you not familiar with this guy, I think his name is Vas Amada. His name is Visor Amadea. Yeah, he first showed up in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. A movie in the Star Wars, basically old school Star Wars fans hate this movie for a variety of reasons. He is not one of the reasons why they hate it. They hate it mainly because of Jar Jar Binks and Jake Wood's wooden acting. And all the taxes stuff. Heck, I heard someone did a fan edit of the movie where Jar Jar barely appears and all the taxes stuff is basically expunged. Yeah. He's like the last remnant of the Imperial Senate because they mentioned, I believe it was in New Hope, that the Imperial Senate was dissolved. So then we have, this is interesting though, so we have these droids who are kind of basically on Scourge 1, who's sitting like on the verge of the Jedi Council Chamber on a spaceship. That was really cool. Yeah, then droids being turned on, and of course, everybody basically is just, well, doing their own thing here. Yeah. So, and then we see 4-LOM, IG-88, B1, and QK. IG-88, he actually first appeared in Empire Strikes Back. This is one of his rare appearances. There's IG-90 who popped up in The Mandalorian, which he's a nod to the one that appeared in Empire Strikes Back. And he's played by the director of Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, he played him. So about this Scourge guy's corrupting everything. Of course, everything is like be destroyed. Everything retrofitted. And then basically, then we have Leia, Chewbacca, Lando, and Luke fighting off against the corrupted droids. We even have Dr. Aphra here with Cena. Yeah, eventually, then so you have these people getting corrupted. Eventually, they're freed. We have Luke getting corrupted too, like everybody else. And eventually, thanks to a betrayal, Scourge is destroyed. Everybody's returned back to normal. And like real like a fine Lombot. And of course, this dark energy thing, and he's put into like this disc, and who knows pop again. For the main story itself, it's really. It seems like you got a lot of different stories going here aside from the main story, but that's the main story itself. It's pretty good. Give it roughly a 9 out of 10. Just checking something here. Okay, so next we have is Star Wars Volume 7, Dark Droid. Yeah, this is the Star Wars tie-in issues. From 37 to 41, Star Wars Volume 3. Written by Charles Shaw, artwork by Medbuck Masov. Mostly put for these issues, Luke. Mostly put, we have, who's the start of these issues? Lando Lombot. So we have Admiral Akbar noticing there's something going on. Lando basically gets out of bed. I'm sure they always love drawing. I'm sure basically ladies who read this book are like, ooh, look, it's Lando with abs. Lamba being corrupted, he knocks him out. So Luke is being healed, probably against the previous story arc. So he's being healed by the healing droid first appeared in Empire Strikes Back. And then, of course, basically wipes his memory clean. We get a little bit basically of how Lando first, his friendship with Lombot. And then, of course, basically he flees from the rebellion just to help him. And despite the corruption stuff going on, he basically, it's like, and then here's something interesting. Then he basically goes to pay visits to Jabba the Hutt. Yep, Jabba the Hutt. And of course, the droid basically is chastised, thrown basically with the Rancor, and he's about to be sliced up. And then, of course, all the corruption stuff happens. Yeah, and all the droids being corrupted. And then we have, this is so funny, we have Lando being dressed up, and of course Lamba being dressed up too. And this is funny. And then we have apparently where they disguise himself and they break into Jabba's palace. And Lando wearing his helmet he wore in the movie. This is of course said before that, and of course he kind of sneaks in. Yeah. So, and then we see apparently Boba Fett basically shooting the droids, and look at what's going. And then we see Lando seeing Han in Jabba's empty throne room. You could say this is the first time we saw him, given the fact he was undercover at Jabba's palace for quite a while by the time Empire Strikes Back started. This is fine. Him seeing Han hang up on a wall like this. Yes, people who saw the movie didn't know the fact he was there until they saw the movie itself. This scene is perfectly fine. It doesn't contradict the movies at all. It's only Lando seeing him here, not Leia. Leia's not here yet, or Luke. Lando doesn't start his undercover job just yet, per se. They haven't led to it yet, so... Yeah, then of course the whole thing is about helping out, and we see the Rancor, who's... Yeah, this is Jabba's Rancor. And we have Lando try to avoid the damn thing, all the corruption droids. And apparently Jabba's out on his desert barge. And he'd be informed about the corrupted droids. And we have the Rancor's handler. And somehow, someway, they have to get out of the Scarlet Pit. Basically out of the pit with the Rancor pit. So we have Han touch him. He's like, yeah, I'll be back. Run. And of course, Lobot gets infected. But he has to leave him behind. And he takes Burger with him. He will get him back, don't worry. And we have him going. Apparently, it's real this flashback that Lando's been to Alderaan. That's interesting. Something he never told Leia, the fact he's been there. And of course, he tells Leia about about Han. Yeah. So, John's basically coming along, and how is he? He's alive. He's in the carbonite. He basically forms him what Han basically is like a wall decoration. So, the only reason why he's telling Leia about what happened with Han because Leia is in love with Han. So, mention about Holdo, and then helping our friend, and of course then we have the deal with this. They basically blast him, and we see. Then I turn the page and something out of the Matrix. Well, the way this thing is shot, it's actually on the ground. They're not leaning against a wall, but everybody's being corrupted. Yeah. And Lamba basically, and then we have the battle on your fear that's in the planet, and of course they have everybody fight all these corrupted droids. They get corrupted, and everybody's restored as normal, and then of course you have This protocol droid was Jabba's protocol droid. Yeah, basically the only reason why it's here and not why it was in the movie because C-3PO was brought in as the replacement protocol droid. The last one was Jabba tossed aside. So yeah, of course he heals Lobot. So yeah, and of course basically like of course they agree to fix them, and of course he's perfectly fine. Yeah, Lobot's fixed. And then he's put on arrest for treason. It's like, yep. And the whole thing is next thing is basically Lando's trial. This was really good. I like the fact to focus on Lando. Yeah, because at this point we have Lando here. Why not utilize him? Overall, really good story. Yeah, utilize the whole Dark Droid stuff as basically a backdrop to. You can think of this book as planting seeds for Return of the Jedi. That's most to put exactly what it is. We see Lando in Jabba's palace the first time. We plant seeds for that, and I do enjoy it. This was really good. I give this book a 10 out of 10. Okay, so that's episode review. Next up is My Hero Academia, and then 2 more Comic Corners. Okay, next video.